Welcome to this edition of Buncombe Life. You are in for a treat today. We are here, you'll never guess by looking here where we're at, in a beautiful little courtyard here at the Adult Daycare Center of CarePartners. I didn't know a thing about it when I came. I know a lot about it now. I'm very, very impressed, and you will be too. Again, it will make you proud to be a resident of Buncombe County, so stay tuned. The Adult Daycare Center here has 82 folks that they see every day. That's an amazing number that they take care of in an amazing way. So if you want to find out more, you got to stay tuned. Hang on. I'm here with Allison Johnson-Sawyer, who's the Director of Adult Daycare for CarePartners. We were just talking. You've seen from the outside, it does look like you said, very industrial. It doesn't look like there's anybody in here, but when you walk through those doors, there's such a good feel. It feels like everybody's home.
Which is exactly what we want it to feel like.
That is amazing.
And for a lot of people, they are with us as much as they are with their families. If their families work during the day and they're with us 5 days a week, this is their home away from home.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases. So
yeah.
We have people who come here for all different reasons. In some cases, they are pretty independent, and we have a few folks that drive themselves here. We have a few folks that live alone, and then we have people all the way from that extreme to people that are total care and would be in a skilled nursing facility. Some people feel like they are coming to a club that they belong to. Some people feel like they're coming to a job. Some people feel like they're coming to school. So it's pretty interesting, and we tried to take a very person-centered approach to the way that we approach people when they first come, so that it's the best adjustment possible.
Right, because it's at its level, it's an adult daycare. It's taking care of 18 and older, and to take care of you during the day. Because if you are having, dementia, they can happen to any of us, and you want to feel like everybody wants to feel like they're doing something worthwhile.
Everybody wants to feel purposeful, and I that's one of the lessons I have learned over the years. If nothing else, people they don't lose that desire.
Right.
So.
And you want to feel useful. So I think that's just wonderful. Now, down to the nitty-gritty of CarePartners and adult daycare, how do they pay for this?
We have a variety of payer sources. We have a contract with the VA. We have about 40 veterans that come to this center. We also have a center in Henderson County with less, it's smaller and everything we have on a scaled down version there, but we have some folks that are able to pay 100% private pay, and we have a lot of folks who are able to pay a portion of private pay. So we access county funds, block grant funds, state adult daycare funds, project care funds, just a wide variety. We also are a United Way funded program. So we're able to offer folks who can't afford that. That helps us to offset the cost for those that can't afford. We really tap into every pot of money we possibly can. Some people truly have 3 payer sources over the course of the week.
And that's what I wanted to hear, because if it shouldn't discourage anybody from coming if they think, oh, I couldn't afford that. We're just going to have to to keep this person here because I can't afford it. They need to come and let you look at what you could do for them. Now, how do people get here? Do y'all have transportation that bring people here?
We contract with Mountain Mobility, and they provide some transportation for us. We also provide a limited amount of our own transportation for folks that are, for a variety of reasons, it doesn't work out to ride Mountain Mobility.
Right.
So the VA actually, if you're coming through the VA, pays for that transportation. So again, we tap into funds for transportation.
Yeah. Okay. I heard that you guys are award-winning. Now, you need to tell me about the award that you won.
Okay. We were really excited because over the years we had won a lot of awards through our state association, but this was the first one through the National Adult Day Services Association.
Wow.
And we were one of 2 centers in the country to be chosen to get a Center of Excellence award.
Of 2 centers in the country. Did you hear that, Buncombe County? One of 2 in the nation.
The other was in New York.
Just another reason to be glad you live here in Buncombe County. And I have to say, it makes me feel better because you never know when it's going to be a family member or you someday that's going to need the service, and I'm just so glad it's here. And what a great feel to it for it to be here. I want one last question. What do you think is the biggest thing that you do for the community here at CarePartners?
I feel that we're able to keep people in the home if that's what they choose. And I think that's really, really, really important. That also means, obviously, that in some people's cases they're able to continue working as a caregiver, and there's all kinds of other things, but the primary thing is that most of us want to be in our home.
That's right.
And if we can help people do that, as long as they can, ideally until they die, honestly.
Yeah.
If they can come here one day and have a good day, and that was their last day, we've done our job.
That's wonderful. And it really, from what I heard, you're not only taking care of the participant, you're taking care of the caregiver.
We equally need to take care of both, because they're a team.
That's a team,
They're a
that's
team.
right.
When they couldn't be at home if they didn't have the caregiver, we need to help the caregiver to be able to keep them at home.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Check out this whole interview by visiting buncombecounty.org/YouTube. Okay, I'm here with Karen, whose mom is a participant here. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
Well, we live in a fairly remote location, and one of the primary reasons we were interested in this program was that my mother doesn't have any social life other than my husband and me. And so we thought this would be a wonderful place for her to maybe make some friends and to have some activities away from home.
So, and your mom has Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's disease, yes. And the other part of that, though, too, is that it gives us a break, too. And that definitely helps me to maintain my sanity, because I'm not a natural caregiver, and this has been kind of challenging for me. And so having a little time to myself, having some time to work without any interruptions, that sort of thing has been a real blessing.
As we've talked about, Alzheimer's it's a growing problem. It's a scary problem. It's not the only thing that's going on here at CarePartners, but it is certainly for people like us whose parents are reaching that age, and scary enough for us possibly one day, it could happen.
Yes,
and to think, I'm going to have to care for my parent, but how in the world am I going to do it? And you said that kind of hit you, blindsided you. You thought your mom was vibrant and active and never saw it coming.
I did not see it coming. She was, and still is, incredibly healthy physically. It's just the mental decline that is causing problems for her. It is so much more stressful than I ever thought it would be.
And I want people at home to hear that, because I think a lot of people feel guilty because they think, how could I ever take a break? No, they need a break.
You do. I think we tend to be very hard on ourselves, and you look at other people that are in the same situation, and it often looks like it's easy for them, but I think that appearances are misleading. Complete surprise. Had no idea that anything like that would ever happen.
So how'd you find out about CarePartners?
Our family doctor mentioned it as a possible source of social life, again, for her, and some freedom for us. There have been a couple situations that have come up where I just didn't know how to handle something with my mother, and there is a person here who is a social worker, and she always has wonderful suggestions for exactly how to handle that situation.
So just a community of help, really.
Absolutely. And the other thing that goes along with that community is the help that they're willing to give my mother if she's struggling with anything here. There have been a couple times, just little things that maybe she didn't like somebody, or maybe she was feeling a little left out. She approaches this like it's a job. She even says that this is where she works, which is a good way for her to look at it. Initially, when we first started talking about my mother coming here, she was a little insulted at the fact that I thought that she would fit in here. But they suggested that we approach it from a volunteer aspect, that we can have her volunteer when she comes. And so she is able to help in a lot of ways that she can't necessarily do at home. I know she likes it. I know she does, and she talks about it a lot, even if I can't always understand exactly what she's trying to tell me. She does talk about it a lot. It's become an important part of her life, and it's just been a blessing for the whole family.
Well, that's very encouraging to me. It should be very encouraging to our folks at home that there's a place.
There's a place.
And there's help.
And they have the resources here to help with a multitude of issues. This is not a sales pitch or anything. Honestly, I don't know how I would make it if I didn't have CarePartners to help us. It is just a tremendous blessing.
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
For more information about CarePartners, visit buncombecounty.org/YouTube. So tell me what it is you do with support groups here at CarePartners. Tell me what your job is.
My job is caregiver support manager, and essentially what I do is support the caregivers and families from the time they find out about us through all the years of time of any sort that they're with us. Everything from our three major things are that we provide respite, education, and support for caregivers.
And when we say caregivers, and I know that sounds, if you know what that is, it makes sense, but if you don't know what is caregiver, that means somebody who, let's say that I find out and I will just use an example, my mom has Alzheimer's and she needs care, I become a caregiver.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Yes, a caregiver is someone who is totally responsible for the care of another person.
Right.
And we have, at Adult Day here at CarePartners, we have folks, you just need to be over the age of 18 to be able to come here, and we do have younger folks who've had traumatic brain injury and that type of thing, through people in their 80s, 90s, 100s. The majority are elderly, and probably 80 to 85% of the folks that attend our program have some type of dementia. Part of what we do, unless you've been a caregiver or know somebody who's been a caregiver, you cannot imagine what that entails. And the caregiver needs to put first and foremost that they have to remember to take care of themselves to be able to take care of their person that has the disease or the problem that's causing them to be needing care. That's a really hard piece. Most caregivers put themselves, way in the back burner because there's so much to do and so much involved with caregiving. Many of our caregivers are also elderly, and they're of the generation that you don't ask for help, this is our problem.
That's right.
It's not, and they try to just soldier through on their own. And once they realize through education and support that they can get here, that there is help out there and learn more about the dementia, education is a huge piece of it, because dementias have different types of behaviors. Different types of dementias have different types of behaviors. So, and we have the ability and experience and capability of referring folks to other resources in the community, like memory care and other areas that really do excel in helping people through these times. There's just nothing like that.
So when someone finds out about the adult daycare here at CarePartners and they come and they bring their person, then they get hooked up with you and are told about these groups?
Right. They can come in, like I said, anybody over the age of 18 can come in and have a tour, just pop in and visit and see what our program is like. If it sounds like something that they could use and would like to try. It's a really simple process. You do not need a doctor's referral. You just come, and we have a basic application process. Just come and look. I mean, it's you can stop in. You don't need an appointment. It's a very open door policy here. Check it out. Talk to people.
That's so encouraging to know that's available. I mean, just that it's there.
It is a godsend to many people. Yeah.
It is. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, I did not lie to you. Is that not amazing? With the baby boom generation sliding toward 60, 70, 80, 90, if we're lucky, it's great to know that there's an adult daycare service here for us that takes care. They love people. They give them a chance to succeed. If you are ever thinking you might need this service for someone in your family, or if you know someone who might need this service, please encourage them. Encourage them to come and take a tour, give them a call. It is just amazing. You don't need to feel guilty. They don't need to feel guilty about needing time away, because this is an amazing, amazing service. If you want to know more about it, we'll put it on our website. You can get the information on the bottom of the screen. But it's just an amazing, amazing thing. Stay tuned next time for Buncombe Life.